To set up the Philosopher's Stone glitch, you'll need a desync tile. Check the first link in the description for a guide. To do this, you'll need a bass statue, some building blocks, although I recommend wood, a desert fossil, 2 pieces of sandstone, and some wire. Alternatively, you can use a naturally generated dart trap. You just need a long, straight piece of wire and some method of activating it, like a pressure plate. First, give the bass statue to the second account. Then, have the second account place down the bass statue, specifically facing to the right. Like so. If done correctly, the bass statue should not appear on the first player's screen. Next, take your building blocks and build what's called the hat for your cat. There are certain blocks that will and won't work for this. For example, wood is a safe pick, but dirt and stone will both cause issues, as both dirt and stone are likely to cause unwanted block updates. And the whole point of the hat is to avoid block updates. Next, remove these bottom 2 tiles. And now we're going to do what's called the prawn glitch. Remove these 2 tiles here to make sure that there's just air. Take your sandstone blocks, place them like so. And it should make this shape. Lastly, take your desert fossil and place it inside the bass statue. Like so. You should get an extra bass statue. And you'll notice that on the second player's screen, there is now a floating bass head. And this floating bass head is the key to folding the game like a piece of origami. All you need to do now is add wire activation for the bass head. Or alternatively, if you're using a dart trap, the wire activation setup looks like this. In order to properly utilize this setup, it is easiest to go back into single player first. When going from multiplayer back into single player, make sure to wait about 7 seconds from the time the second client disconnects to give the server a chance to save. Now back in single player, you've got your very own Philosopher's Stone setup. You can do all the things associated with it, like transmutation. If you want to learn more interesting applications of transmutation, check out my video on the campfire glitch, linked at the end of this video. The last thing to note about using a Philosopher's Stone setup is the hat. You should never interact with the blocks marked in red, as doing so will cause the floating bass head to break, forcing you to rebuild the setup from scratch. Interacting with them in any way includes mining them, block swapping them, tapping them once with a pickaxe, or in the case of using dirt and stone to build the hat, connecting a block to them, which, as you would see here, causes issues if you're using the pressure plate setup. Effectively what's going on is that the bass statue has an on sprite and an off sprite. In order to go between them, the game moves the sprite 72 pixels to the right or 72 pixels to the left. 72 pixels to the right in the case of going from on to off, or 72 pixels to the left for going to off to on. The game does this by taking a 2x3 of tiles and offsetting it 72 pixels to the right. Now then, suppose what would happen if we deleted part of the bass statue, and what if we instead put something else there, like, say, a door? And by putting this door in here, the game incorrectly takes this door and offsets it by 72 pixels to the right. And this is the core of the Philosopher's Stone glitch. By taking advantage of this 72 pixels to the right or 72 pixels to the left behavior, we can freely alter the frame X value of the game's sprites, and the manipulation of these values manifests itself as transmutation. As always, if you have any questions about these setups, just leave it in the comments down below, and I'll happily get you an answer.